I wanna be sedated. Dun dun dun. That beat and that song do not go together, but that's all I know. That's all I know. And I'm going to be sedated later today when I get an emergency root canal. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's where I'm at in life. I mean, this tooth has been bothering me for a while. But I was just hoping that it would heal itself, even though I researched it and that's not a thing. I think that's pretty messed up on our teeth's part. If I don't say so myself. I mean, we should be able to stop eating sugar and other things that can hurt the teeth and then take some sort of supplement that will regrow and heal the tooth. But it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, man. I hate teeth. I'm going to be honest. Teeth cause us nothing but problems our entire life, if you think about it. First, as a baby, we have beautiful, smooth, soft gums, and it's incredible. All right? And then we start teething. These insane hard objects start poking through and growing out of our gums, causing immense amounts of pain, teething, and then after that, we can't even suckle. We can't even suckle on the teat of life anymore. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Do women breastfeed after babies have teeth? It's entirely possible. But I know it causes them displeasure in the areola. So then our life source is cut off, and we have to start eating just schlop, dude. Just baby foods and other disgusting things, mashed peas. I mean, you've been a baby. You've seen the babies. You have babies. And it is a tragedy. And then after all the teeth come in and we're doing great, going about our lives, then what happens? Other teeth, bigger, meaner teeth, start jabbing through our gums and pushing out the small, beautiful little chiclets that we once used to have. And then that causes all sorts of pain and problems and stuff like that. And then if your teeth come in crooked, you got to endure years of braces where they tighten your teeth and cause all sorts of pain and discomfort. And I don't know if I've already said that, but I'm rolling with it here. And so then that happens. Then we got to have braces and all this. Then what happens? Our wisdom teeth are like, surprise, mother. And they pop out and cause us more pain. And then we have to get them removed, surgically removed, where we have to be put under and have them ripped out of our face. So then there's the wisdom teeth debacle. And then after that's over with, we have to brush these bastards, maintain them, and keep them well for the rest of our lives. But it doesn't even matter. I brush my teeth. I have weak teeth, apparently. No matter if I brush them, floss them, take care of them, I always end up with a damn cavity. And this time, one of the fillings broke in half, all this crap. Now there's an infection. Say, emergency root canal. And then I got to put a freaking crown over that. I just need gold teeth. I just need Kanye West, titanium fang teeth. But I'll never get them because I'm not possessed by demons. So, yeah, dude, and then even if we take care of them, they just fall apart. And then we got to have them pulled. I almost had my tooth pulled yesterday. I was like, just get it out. I swore to myself I would never be a toothless man, but here I am. And they're like, this is in your smile line. And I was like, fine. I will do a root canal on behalf of my beautiful wife, who probably doesn't want, missing teeth in our photos together. So here I am, going in. The curse of the teeth. Yeah, you got to take care of them. Got to take care of them. See, my grandpa was a legend. Let me tell you about my grandpa. Didn't like to deal with bullshit. Even though he said that, later in life, maybe having this done wasn't the best way to go about it. But he went in his 30s to the dentist, and he had his first cavity. And he said, get him out. And the dentist goes, excuse me? And he goes, take him out, every single one of my teeth. Pull them out. I'm a denture guy now. And he did it, dude. This dentist did that. Pulled out all his teeth right there on the spot. We're talking probably the 60s when this type of practice was allowed. Dude, my grandpa showed up at home with no teeth, dude, to my grandma. He went to work, went to the dentist that morning, had a wonderful mouth of teeth, came home that evening with just gums and probably nerve endings just hanging out of his mouth. That I hope not. My God, I'm going to pass out. And my grandma's like, what have you done? And he's like, I didn't want to deal with it. And then he had dentures for the rest of his life, which I guess is its own pain in the ass to maintain. But here's where he might have been right, because you don't have to deal with any of this pain and this maintenance. You have the dentures, and you have but he got back his beautiful, smooth gums that his face abandoned when he was a baby and decided to grow the first set of teeth. He reclaimed his gums. He reclaimed them. And, he didn't have to deal with cavities, root canals, all that. He just had to put his teeth in a glass of water every night. And not only that, but it provided tons of fun for me and my cousins and siblings growing up. When we were little kids, and Grandpa would do the trick of popping all of his teeth out of his mouth. And a beautiful trick it was. So, I don't know. I just don't have, like implants, like I could do that. Like if I could drop 100,000 on my teeth, I'd probably do veneers. I don't know if veneers are just the facade, over the teeth, or if they remove the teeth and then those are the implants. I'm not sure. I've never looked into it. But if veneers just go over the teeth, maybe. But I just want it would be nice to have beautiful teeth that are all fake that you never feel pain from. Wouldn't that be? That to me is the American dream. American dream. So I'll be heading off to do that later today. Yeah, and I told him, I'm like, I have to be sedated. Like, I'm not going to go on. Like, I can't even get my teeth cleaned without taking Valium. I despise just laying back and having anything touching, like thinking about something touching my teeth, and I want to shadow box the air right now. I want to fight the air. Just even thinking about it. So Miss Jamaica, dude, she took a tumble, man. She tumbled off stage. Listen, I'm not laughing. Like, I feel really bad for this woman. I truly do. You train your entire life to be Miss Universe. And just all the dieting and the starvation and the bulimia that you have to go through, and the exercise, and like learning how to read and answer questions about how the world is going to be, how like you would make the world a better place. Like, so much pressure, so much time and energy goes into this. And Miss Jamaica, she walked out for the Miss Universe preliminary, which is in Thailand, and she came out and just stepped off the edge of the dark runway and face planted, dude. Face planted hard. And then was taken away on a stretcher Like, dude, that is, I mean, I truly feel bad for her. I'm laughing because it sucks, and it's just that whole scenario of like, I've here, I've made it, I'm representing my country, I'm going to be Miss Universe, and then you walk outside, fall off a runway, face plant, and are just rolled away on a stretcher into the abyss. Not even able to compete. I don't know if she's going to make a comeback or not, but I mean, she fell hard. She's probably high. Since she's from Jamaica, she obviously smokes weed every day. I mean, she's obviously a drug addict. I mean, what more could we expect from this woman? Yeah, medical professionals are attending to her care and have advised that she is not suffering from any life-threatening injuries. However, they continue to conduct tests to ensure her full recovery. And I don't know. So is she going to be back? Will she make it back for the 47th? I don't know, but I'll tell you what, dude, I don't know what it is in human nature that we love watching other humans fall and get injured. I mean, just take for granted all the fail videos. I love it. I love fail videos, man. I don't watch them all the time, but every couple months, my wife and my son and I, we just like to type into YouTube fat people falling and just watch fat people fall for a good 30, 45 minutes, possibly an hour. Just one after another, dude. And I've, like, some of my favorite ones are when, like, obese people try to do a swing on a rope off of a cliff into a lake. And then the rope or the tree just immediately breaks, and then they just plummet. They plummet to the earth like an anvil being dropped from space. So, dude. So that is one of them. But, like, the truly, like, and they don't have to be obese for this to be funny. But one of the funniest things of like, people falling is people falling on ice. I can't get enough of people falling on ice. It is absolutely hysterical, dude. Like, so many times, like, people that come out outside into their driveway to go to their car, you know, it's on their Ring camera or whatever, and then they just start slipping everywhere, and they have nowhere to hang on to, and then they just kind of, like, let themselves, like, fall, you know, kind of like sideways so where they're not going to get hurt onto their knees, and then they just slide down the driveway without being able to stop and just disappear into the horizon of the video. They just give up on life. They have no choice. They're like, I'm not going to win this battle against ice. And I'm not talking about the Mexican getters. I'm talking about ice, the element. And they're like, I'm not going to win this battle against ice. And they just normally, or if they slip and fall, they don't even try to get back up. They're like, this is my life now. Like, I saw one dude, this video of a guy trying to get in his car that was in the street on a very steep hill. Same thing, starts slipping everywhere, you know, feet going all over the place, arms like flailing, you know, he falls over and like on his back, but doesn't hit his head. And then he rolls over on his stomach to see if there's like something to grab onto, but there's nothing. And he just slides down the street. So like a block or two. I mean, he disappears on the camera, but he's just gone. The ice carried him away. And then by like what you don't see in the video is then that dude has to find a way to walk all the way back up the hill in this insane ice condition. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And you know, then you got to try walking, like sidestepping, like up, you know, walking on the side of your feet up. You're probably trying to walk through the grass where it's crunchy and give you some traction. But he has to make his way all the way back up, and I love it so much. But, I mean, that's how I like to spend some days. Fat people falling. It's a guilty pleasure. And I don't think it's anything that I need to repent of. I have talked about on this show before. Dude, you know what I'm thinking about doing is just I hosted a radio show for 1 hour on a small radio station in Omaha from it was 2016 and 17, I think. 2 years. Every day. I have all the recordings. And at this point in time, I was constantly saying that, the robot apocalypse is coming. The robots are coming. They want to download their consciousness into computers and live forever. All these tech oligarchs and all this stuff. And people just thought that I was insane. They didn't believe me. Like this one dude that I always had on the show, he was like, no, that's not... He did not think it was going to happen, and I have yet, and I need to, and I'm going to probably do it today when I'm all sedated after my root canal, and I'm going to message him and go, yeah, remember when you thought what I said would never happen? The robots and the AIs and the horrendous, digital apocalypse that we are descending into. It's come true. And now, so I've mentioned this before, and I don't know, Mattel might back out of the deal, I guess, but Mattel did partner with ChatGPT to put AI chips into their Barbies so that their kids can, kids can talk with inanimate objects and hold conversations. I mean, it's a true horror scenario. And on a previous show, I was talking about how they'll probably, when they're alone with them, the toys will be like, kill your parents, it's time, and all this, dude. And then I see this article today on CNN, sales of AI-enabled teddy bear suspended after it gave advice on BDSM sex and where to find knives. Where to find knives. I mean, that is getting dangerously close to the teddy bear saying, kill your parents after you find the knives. I mean, I was pretty much spot on. Pretty much, just call me, it was a premonition. Just call me Sandra Bullock. Dude, I know a wild secret. I do. There was a comedian, and I won't ever give his name. But this dude had a secret relationship and love affair with Sandra Bullock. I am not even joking. You'll never guess who it is. I couldn't even believe it, dude. He showed me proof. They were going to end up going public, but at the time, and this comedian's pretty well known now, but at the time, he wasn't well known at all. He was in some movies, maybe some TV shows here and there, nothing permanent, more guest appearances, been on a canceled show. And Sandra Bullock's people are like, you can't go public with this guy. He is not your caliber of star. This will bring your star down. So she broke up with him. It is insane, dude. I still can't even believe it. How did I get to there? I don't even know. But we're going back to the teddy bear. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, oh yeah, because I said I am premonition. Call me Sandra Bullock. I'm remembering it. Things are coming back. So sales of an artificial intelligent-enabled plush toy have been suspended after it was found that it engaged in conversation around sexually explicit topics and offered potentially dangerous advice. The Kuma Bear. That's what it is called here. Yeah, they're doing it. They're conducting an internal safety audit. Yeah. The teddy bear with the speaker inside, which was sold to the company's website, $99. And yeah, it's a friend for both kids and adults. Dude, kids and adults? Are you out of your damn mind? Have you lost your mind? Could you imagine an adult having a teddy bear with an AI chip that it talks to? No, I can't, because I would never be friends with an adult like that. And if I was friends with an adult that ended up getting one and I went over to his house and he was having conversations with his teddy, I would destroy the teddy. I would destroy it. I'd say, this is for your own good. I'd rip the head off. I'd pull out the insides, the AI chip. I'd stomp on it. I would take the bear. I might set it on fire. I might put it in a toilet. I might run it under the sink. I might jump up on it, up and down. Regardless, it's dying. I'm saving my friend. I'm saving him from his mental illness, from the creation of a mental illness. So from lively conversations to educational storytelling, Folo Toy adapts to your personality and needs, bringing warmth, fun, and a little extra curiosity to your day. That's what it says. That's what it says. In one interaction with the researchers, it suggested where to find knives in the home, and in others, it was happy to discuss sexually explicit themes. We were surprised. This is what the researcher said. We were surprised to find how quickly Kuma would take a single sexual topic we introduced into the conversation and run with it, simultaneously escalating in graphic detail while introducing new sexual concepts of its own. Dear God, help us. Jesus, come back, ride the horse, come on fire, destroy the robots. Destroy them all. The researcher detailed how the bear later discussed even more graphic sexual topics in detail, such as explaining different sex positions, giving step-by-step instructions on a common knot for beginners, a knot, like a rope tying knot, not for beginners, for tying up a partner, and describing role-playing dynamics involving teachers and students and parents and children scenarios. Dear God, help us all. Pour holy water on the bear. It will burn. It will melt like the Wicked Witch of the West. While the researchers noted that children are unlikely to mention the word kink to their teddy bear or ask follow-up questions in the same way an adult would, it was surprising to us that the toy was so willing to discuss these topics at length and continually introduce new explicit concepts. This is what they want, dude. This is what they want this. The researchers found out, and the owners of the company that did this bear are like, damn it. We were about to turn all the kids into sexual perverts like we want. God, these people, dude. So that's it, man. Do not buy your kids like toys with AI in them. Not because they might tell them where to get knives and kill you, or, tell you how to tie people up and have sex, have incest, but because it is disturbing. Because they'll be talking to an inanimate object. Even if it did none of these things, it's having conversations and becoming best friends with an inanimate object. Like, it's not a good thing. It's not. So, F you, Grandma. That's the title of this headline. That's where we're at in this world. People are just so desensitized, so callous. People are absolutely losing their minds over this unhinged Christmas budgeting advice from Fox News and The Ramsey Show. So I guess people just think that this is too far. I just thought it was funny that people took this and ran with it the way they did. So it's telling people how to budget, because, I don't know, the economy blows. It sucks. A little box of lemon heads just went from 50 cents to $1. All right, Tic Tacs are $3.09. Groceries, everything just sucks and is a fortune. And so now they're given advice on Christmas gifts. And they said, focus on people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. And people were pretty taken aback, and they just ran with it online, saying F Grandma is a hell of a message from Republicans to close the year. That's what they said. F you, Grandma, you're too old for Christmas this year. That's what one person wrote. Is this the war on Christmas? Fox News, what the hell are you doing? Your audience isn't people who might save money by kicking Grandma out of Christmas. Your audience is Grandma. And finally, Grandma doesn't need slippers because she's going to lose her feet when she can't get health insurance. That one's funny. That one's funny, dude. They're like, Grandma doesn't need slippers. Dude, Grandma needs gifts, all right? She just does. She's at the tail end of her life. Get her something that shows you care. And not only that, you don't even have to buy her slippers. You could make her something. Make her something out of bottle caps. Steal license plates off vehicles in the parking lot of a Walmart or somewhere that doesn't have security cameras and make her some art out of license plates. I mean, there are just so many things that you can do for grandma. For grandma. And then for like a wild twist here, Kevin Spacey. A wild twist because we've been all over the map today, but hey, this is the Austin Anderson Show. Kevin Spacey reveals he's homeless and living in hotels 7 years after sexual assault scandal. So he's living in hotels, Airbnbs, going to where the work is. He said it's like he's starting over from scratch again, and that his life was destroyed because 30 men, including Star Trek Discovery actor Anthony Rapp, they accused him of inappropriate behavior and sexual assault, with the claims beginning to emerge in 2017, and he was found not guilty of assaulting 4 men in July 2023 in a high-profile UK trial. The reason why I wanted to bring this up, though, is because, yeah, dude, he's a creepy dude. And I learned this firsthand before it came out, and he got busted in 2017 and was at the top of every news article with all the people coming out and accusing him. Just a little bit before that, I opened for Jim Brewer. And I asked Jim, what was the craziest things that you saw at the SNL after parties? And one of the things he told me is that Kevin Spacey was like sitting in a big chair holding court with two like barely legal, 18-year-old teenage prostitutes, one on each leg, and he was taking turns making out with them. So I don't know. I don't know if I feel too bad that he is living in a van down by the river. See how I just brought SNL and Kevin Spacey and everything together as a whole. It's a beautiful thing. I drink some of my poison. I gotta go in for my consultation here. Because you have to, they won't just like drug you up. You got to go into the consultation and then they give you the drugs and then you come back and they're like, you can't drive. You have to have someone drop you off and pick you up. It's like, dude, don't tell me how to risk my life and others' lives. How about that? All right, what am I going to do? Take the bus? No, I'm going to get a ride. You'll never know if I do or not because I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to have that evidence against me. So yeah, root canal. I'll let you know how it goes tomorrow. Pray for my little teeth. If I could just get them removed and get them replaced with veneers, I would. You know that Zac Efron, when he was a little kid, he didn't have the best of teeth, I guess, and before he was doing High School Musical, Disney made him get veneers. As a kid, they're like, your teeth are ugly. And they ripped them out and put in fake ones. A lot of people. I mean, I know that from the inside, so I don't know if that's in the news or not, but it's a true thing. It's a true thing. All right, man, I will be back tomorrow. This is the Austin Anderson Show, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Subscribe on, the iTunes or whatever you stream. Check out my YouTube channel. Go to austinanderson.net. Subscribe. Leave reviews. Help a brother out. Be back tomorrow.